The last time we met in Chennai, you had a big security team around you because you were getting threats. What's it like now?
The number has increased. When I landed at Calcutta airport, I was told that the multiplex is saying they cannot show it because of political pressure. One cop came and they cut the wire and they stopped the whole thing. And when I confronted him, media confronted him, why are you stopping it here? And lots of female journalists, they were scuffled and they were pushed around. I don't know, they have written messages to me. I totally hate being in this controversy. The only community which has been persecuted, enslaved for the continuous and the longest period of time is the Hindu community. There is so much of hidden pain. Why you see this conflict in India all the times of Hindu-Muslim? Because where 313 Muslims defeated all Gandhi's children were not great people.
Darling, mobile உலகின் superstar.
INDICUS Photo Durable Exterior Paint with Duro Color Technology. Grand Royal Tours-ஓட travel பண்ணுங்க. இடங்களும் புதுசு, நினைவுகளும் புதுசு.
Hello, Mr. Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri. Welcome to Galatta Plus, and you're ready with your next film, The Bengal Files. So, the last time we met in Chennai, you had a big security team around you because you were getting threats. What's it like now?
The number has increased.
Okay.
I still have security and maybe more now after Calcutta fiasco. So, but they can't be inside, they are just waiting outside.
Right. So, just tell us a bit about what happened in Calcutta. The trailer was about to be launched.
See, okay, so the thing is, film is about Direct Action Day, okay, which took place on 16th August 1946 in Calcutta.
Right.
And Noakhali riots, which is now in East Bengal. So it's appropriate. I mean, if any filmmaker would like to launch the trailer at the appropriate place, so we decided we will launch it, and I decided a long time ago that we'll launch it in Calcutta on 16th of August. So while I was in US, so we booked a multiplex chain theater, because trailers are generally launched in a theater. You have not seen trailer being launched in a school or college, because you need DCP, it had certain technology you need. So we were planning to launch it there. But as soon as I landed from US and straight away went to Calcutta from the airport. And when I landed at Calcutta airport, I was told that the multiplex is saying they cannot show it because of political pressure. And if they do it, there'll be a political turmoil. Turmoil word was told to me. So we immediately contacted the other multiplex chain and asked them to do it. They also came back after an hour and said, sorry, if we do it, then our business is going to be jeopardized and we want to survive in Calcutta. So I understand that. I mean, I totally understand. We are living in times where anyone can come and break your office. So I don't want to harm anyone. So we said the safest place would be a nice 5-star hotel banquet. So with all the paperwork, permissions, everything, it was done. And then next day, it was organized there the whole night. Preparations were done, big LED screens were put up. You know how film events are done. And the cutouts were put and standees were put, all those kind of things happened. And then came the time when all the media came. But when the media started coming, then lots of cops also started coming, and they gherawed it like as if it was a crime scene or it was some kind of a thing from outside. They never came inside. In fact, I had got call because of security. So I keep getting calls. So I was told that there will be a lot of party workers who would like to disrupt and all those kind. So I thought maybe cops have come so that nobody disrupts, to ensure our safety and security. And so the program started, event started, MC came, everything was going on and on smoothly, no problems, in front of 200 media people. And so as soon as we said, okay, now it's the time to show the trailer, and as soon as the button was clicked, the manager of the hotel came and he said, I've got instructions that you can't show it. So I didn't know. I was on the stage and something was going out in the corner. So everybody started looking. The media people maybe sensed it. So they jumped from their seats and they asked him, what's happening? And the minute media came and asked him, he said, I don't know, I've been asked by some top authorities. They said, top authority means your bosses. He said, no, just top authorities, that it should not be shown. And he ran from there. Media chased him. And after that I said, okay, he's run away, let's show it again. So again, when we started doing it, the one cop came and they cut the wire and they stopped the whole thing. And when I confronted him, media confronted him, why are you stopping it? He had no answers except for saying some sundry permission he came about, and he said that's not been taken. Now the question is, it is impossible. You use your common sense, even a layman understands. My driver was telling me the same thing. It is not possible to do it in India as one of the most prestigious five-star hotel, which is a flagship hotel of Kolkata, to do an event like this without proper paperwork and permission. It's impossible.
Right.
Right? Have you ever seen in a five-star hotel a private wedding is going on and suddenly somebody says you don't have this? It has never happened. So then suddenly a lot of unknown people came inside the banquet hall who had nothing to do with this, and there was kind of a stampede kind of a situation, and lots of female journalists, they were scuffled and they were pushed around. I don't know, they have written messages to me, but then I just took care of my actress Simrat and Pallavi and I held them, and somehow, and the cops are standing and watching over there. So the whole question was, if they can stop a function because they have an authority, then it's also their duty to see that people are not hurt, but they were not bothered about it. And that gives me, it convinces me that their intention was to create chaos. Their intention was, it was a state-sponsored anarchy, and they stopped it. So immediately then I said, okay, let's go to Delhi and do a press conference, and that's what we did.
That's what you did. So, do you like being, do you enjoy being a controversial figure, a polarizing figure?
No, in this sentence, the only word which is wrong is enjoy. I totally hate being in this controversy, though I have signed up for it, so I totally understand why it is happening. Because I made a very important film, okay, an important and defining film on partition of India. Nobody has made something like this for two reasons. Let me explain. Number one, the moment I say partition, I have checked it in 12 screenings I did in US and a lot of speeches I give. I ask, okay, when I say partition, what's the first visual image which comes to your mind? Everybody says people are coming in trains, violence. I say, in which geographical region it's happening? Everybody says Punjab, because they have seen Gadar and all these Bollywood films. But actually, the playground, the Kurukshetra of partition was Bengal. Without this direct action day and Noakhali genocide, there wouldn't have been a partition.
Right.
That's why direct action day was took place, so that killed so many people that Congress gets, at that time Congress was called Hindu Congress, Muslim League and Hindu Congress, that was the terminology. So that Hindu Congress gets scared and Hindus get scared and they agree to give away Pakistan. And that's exactly what happened. That's why violence took place. So that's the thing. Now this is the truth and reality of India, okay, and we have suffered. There is a generational trauma. And can I explain it in little detail?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So controversy part, I am coming to that. In the history of humanity, you can research. The only community which has been persecuted, enslaved, and where their culture, civilization, literature, art, music was destroyed for the continuous and the longest period of time is the Hindu community.
Okay.
It's recorded. You can check it. There is no other community. For 1200 years, we were enslaved, which is correct. No dispute on that. First by people from Turkey and Mongol and all those kind of things, and then Mughal Empire and the British. But our generation, new generation, or even including you and I, we are not aware of this. We don't know about it. Will you ever find a Jew child who doesn't know about the Holocaust? Will you ever find a black child who doesn't know about slavery? You will never find a Japanese child who doesn't know about the attacking atom bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You won't find a Rwandan child who doesn't know about Rwandan genocide. You won't find a Yazdi child who doesn't know, Armenian child who doesn't know about his own genocide. How is it possible? How is it possible? But we don't know about it. We are not even aware about it. Maybe, perhaps it's my analysis. I think the reason may be because we didn't want to express our trauma. We were so devastated after the partition with the violence. No country has seen this kind of violence. 20 million people were displaced. I mean, crores and crores of people were displaced, killed, and women were raped. In which other country have you seen a parallel to Johar? You know what is Johar? Where thousands of women are. Imagine, is it possible for thousands of women to jump in fire? Why are they jumping? Nobody asked this. They are jumping because there is terror behind them. They know if they survive, what's going to happen to them. We have seen so much of rape, destruction. People talk, if I say destruction of temples, people say, acha, Hindu hai. No, it was a destruction of our architecture, of our art. Those statues, maybe goddess, okay, if you are a, say, Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist, you live in India, it was an Indian heritage art that was destroyed. Just because I am not a Buddhist doesn't mean I allow a Buddhist this thing to be destroyed. No. Just because I am not a Christian, do I like a church is being destroyed? No. I go to Calcutta, I see such beautiful churches. In Goa, I see beautiful churches. In Kerala, I appreciate their architecture. So, but we are not aware of that. There is so much of hidden pain. Why you see this conflict in India all the times of Hindu-Muslim? Because we have never allowed to express it. Like Germany, Nazi Germany and Jews allow it to be expressed. Even you go to a psychiatrist, he'll say the first step for healing a trauma is acknowledgement of trauma. At least acknowledge this happened with us. Correct? So now Kashmir Files was also based loosely on this kind of thing about the trauma and pain of a community who were never allowed to express it.
Right.
After that film came, you can ask any Kashmiri Pandit who has seen this film, he'll say, yes, this film has healed us.
Okay.
Correct? Same thing here. Now this film also addresses this. The people,
this film as in Bengal Files.
Bengal Files.
Yeah.
It talks about the generational trauma, what we have gone through. And this film is not about any one party, it's about every single Indian. This film is the voice of we, the people of Bharat. That's why the last dialogue in the trailer is of Mithun Chakravarti. He's holding one Hindu and one Islamic symbolic threads. And he says, Batao inme se we, the people of Bharat kaun hai, Bharatiya kaun hai. That is the gist of the film. So I am making things to stop controversy. But people with vested interest who don't want this truth to come out, they create controversy. And also our media these days is such that they like to create controversy so that two people argue and fight with each other.
So I'm going to ask you about two particular films and what you feel about them. One is V. Shantaram's Padosi, which was
one?
V. Shantaram's Padosi.
Unfortunately, I have not seen it.
Okay, so it's about it was made in the, I
Two
forget the
neighbors,
exact,
obviously.
sorry?
It's about two neighbors.
Two neighbors, and one Hindu, one Muslim, and how they are bhai, and this was soon after independence, right? And that was about healing and how, people can be together and live together. The other one is, I don't know if you've seen this, Muzaffar Ali's Gaman.
Yeah.
That again, so which showed the point of view from a Muslim family about, what was happening. So what is your thought of view about this other point of view?
I have no problems with that. I am so proud. In so many speeches I have said it. In fact, one has gone viral also. I say we are the only cinema making country in the entire world, only cinema industry which has created a genre. The two genres we have created which nobody has done. One is mindless comedies. We are stupid enough to call mindless comedies Muslim social dramas. Right? In US they talk so much about Islamophobia and all. Ask them to make films like that. We had Muslim social dramas. Nobody has done that. I totally respect. Mani Ratnam made Rosa, which had more terrorists' point of view. Then we have made so many films, Mission Kashmir, Fiza, Fana, whole lot of films which were basically from terrorist point of view. I love those films, it's fine. That also has a space. But does it mean that the people who suffered in Kashmir, 500,000 people who were thrown out, and if you ask me what is the evidence, evidence is they don't live over there anymore. Those people suffered. Don't you think somebody should make a film about their trauma also? Now, the Direct Action Day was a recorded, without any dispute, was a call for Hindu genocide. And because of Hindu genocide, Pakistan became Pakistan. Otherwise, there was no talk of Pakistan would have been possible. Now, making a film on that is also one point of view. So, like you say Gaman, you say this thing, there are so many films have been made. There is this point of view, there is this point of view. And when people see both the point of view, they find a third point of view.
Just to understand, was Direct Action Day, which was called by Jinnah, a strike or a call for genocide?
Strike? What strike?
Like a strike, like as in a strike, as in a call for a bandh kind of a thing, or was it an actual call for
No,
genocide?
it was actual recorded speeches. It's a voice recording. I have shown every single statement in my film, every shot. I have given this big book to CBFC. Okay, so the speech, quote unquote, I can tell you, it said, अब या तो divided India होगा या destroyed India होगा.
हाँ.
He said, आज हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ चलेगा, or I can translate in English.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so he said, Sohrawardi speech, he said today, 16th August is the 18th day of Ramzan. On this day, Battle of Badr took place, where 313 Muslims defeated Buddh Paras means Kafirs, people who worship all these murtis. Okay, on this auspicious day, I give you a call to annihilate as many Hindus as you can, and for next 48 hours, nothing will happen to you. Okay, and this was all prepared. There were 24 police stations in police thanas in Calcutta, out of which in 22 police stations overnight they transferred and put Muslim inspectors over there. In 2 thanas there were Anglo-Indian people. There were pamphlets which had the entire methodology, modus operandi, how you have to do that. Police trucks supplied arms to Muslim League guards, which is the youth wing of Muslim League. And that's how it started. Direct Action Day was called all over India. Bengal became the laboratory for this violence. The reason was they wanted Calcutta. Okay, Calcutta, nobody, I mean, it was not agreeable because Hindu population was marginally more than the Muslim population. So he said, quote unquote, he said that kill so many Hindus so that our population, the demography changes and Calcutta automatically comes to this thing.
And all this you submitted to the CBFC.
I can show you right now.
Right. No, as in, like, I'm asking.
Oh, yeah.
How does
So we researched for 5 years. It's a 5.5 years later film is coming out. All this we studied, books from left, book from right, book from a Congress hater, book from Congress lover, book from Muslim lovers, from Pakistani books, Bangladeshi books, Western books, British books, all that we studied. We interviewed the survivors of Direct Action Day who are about 100-year-old, 102-year-old, 98 years old. And I have all the interviews. I'm releasing a documentary in 3-4 days. You'll get to see it there. Couple of people died also after we interviewed, not because of me,
right.
because of their old age. So we did that. On the ground we studied. We took so much of care in making this film because I wanted this film to be such an authentic document of our partition history of Bengal. Okay, and every single thing in the book is not spoken by me. I've just translated dialogues from Bengali to Hindi or English to Hindi or Urdu to Hindi. That's all I have done. Whoever has spoken those things have been spoken by them. Whatever we had shown actually happened. So how we research? We do primary, secondary and tertiary research. Primary is we meet the victims and talk to them, survivors and victims and people who are there. Secondary is we read all the books, newspaper articles of that time. And this time we not only picked up Amrit Bazaar Patrika and Telegraph articles, we also picked up New York Times, The Guardian, Time Magazine, Life Magazine. All the photos we have used are from Time and Life Magazine and we have recreated them and we are putting both together. This is the photo, this is what we have created.
Right.
Like in the trailer you have seen that lane with vultures is the exact copy of what happened and the picture is taken by Margaret for the Life Magazine. Then the tertiary is talking to historians, the narrative builders and the general whisper and gossip which is going. Gossip means stories, articles, people keep writing. What we did in this film, we made a subset where some incidents which are common in all of them.
Right.
Which Gandhi has also written, Gandhi's secretary also has written, Jinnah's secretary has also written, Nehru's secretary has also written, where everybody has written the same thing. Leftists have also written that thing. Right? So we pick up those incidents and then I said, I'll make a film only on these incidents which everybody has spoken about. Everything else can be exaggeration. So that's how we have created it. It was a call for Hindu genocide to change the demography so that it goes there. Calcutta killings, it's called Great Calcutta Killings. But it failed because then Hindus also retaliated. Therefore, Muslims also got killed. This is the only argument which people can give. Or Muslims also got killed.
Yeah.
But Muslims got killed from third day onwards.
Okay.
And then after 4 days, army came and
Right.
it got stopped. Because they got defeated in this Muslim League, okay, these are two enemies. So your enemy got defeated. So then they called for a genocide in Noakhali.
Right.
That's where Gandhi stayed for 6-7 months. When India got partition, Gandhi was there. Okay. Gandhi, almost at the end of this Noakhali genocide, Hindus run away from Noakhali or be prepared to die. Quote, unquote, it's a New York Times headline, not an Indian newspaper headline. Gandhi actually said it because it's written in Kriplani's book, it's written in so many other books. So that's how we made this film.
So when you said that the Hindus retaliated, one of the key figures in that was Gopal Mukherjee,
Yeah.
who's there in your film.
Yeah.
Now his grandson, Shantanu Mukherjee, has said he objects to the two things. One is he was not consulted at all during the making of this movie. And the second thing was, he says that he objects to the fact that his grandfather has been depicted as a Muslim-hating butcher. That's what the quote I read in
How
the
does he
newspaper.
know? He hasn't seen the film. Nobody has seen the film.
Yeah. So the thing is, how have you portrayed this in the film?
Okay. First of all, let me answer about Shantanu thing. I don't want to get involved in this because I don't like to talk about people. I like to talk about ideas. But since he has said that, Shantanu has been talking to me on phone for a long time.
Okay.
Okay. But just because he's son of a great person doesn't mean he's a great person. Like all Gandhi's children were not great people, or their grandchildren are not the greatest of the people. Okay, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, a great person, doesn't mean all his grandchildren are going to be great people. I am not as great as my grandfather. So let's not get into this emotional thing just because he's a
No.
grandchild.
Yeah.
He has been talking to me. There are two things. A, he's a TMC aligned person. So he has to speak what he has to speak. Also in film industry, a lot of people at the last minute come and they want to blackmail you. They want money. I don't succumb to blackmails and I don't give a penny to anyone, to nobody. So this people who are intelligent will understand what I am trying to say. I don't want to go further than this. Gopal Mukherjee was a hero of Hindus at that time because he protected hundreds and thousands of people's lives. Because he as a leader retaliated, therefore Great Calcutta killings stopped. And that's why Calcutta is still with us. If that genocide had continued, then in that case, maybe Calcutta wouldn't have been with us. So I have shown him only as a hero. Not a Hindu hero, not a Muslim hero, nothing. I have not shown him as a communal person at all. My character isn't just an episode. Film is not about him. It's just an episode in the passing. It is based on Gopal Mukherjee's own interview to BBC.
Okay.
He in that interview has said, if they kill one, you kill 10. I have translated, agar wo tumhara ek mare, tum 10 marna. Okay, that's what I have done. Then it is based on this grandson Shantanu Mukherjee's own interview, which I'll give you a link just now after the interview. On his own interview, what he has said there, it's based on that. What he said there is not what he's saying now. Okay, because then his political interests were different. Today's political interests are different. So this is all political, and I will not succumb to this kind of a blackmail.
Right. This film was first called The Delhi Files.
Bengal
And
chapter.
So what made you change the title?
See, it was a very long script. It travels. It's not just that. And so it was in two parts. So we wanted to say that because Delhi is a metaphorical thing, that what the whole idea came from. India's partition's decision was taken by 8 people sitting on a very small round table, not by we the people of Bharat or people of any caste, religion or anything. People were shocked when this decision came. Right. Even Gandhi didn't know about it. Do you know that? Gandhi did not know that this decision has been taken. Gandhi was called next day by Mountbatten because Mountbatten said, quote unquote, he said, कि Gandhi is a very shrewd negotiator. If I call him first, then I'm sure he will not let this happen. And therefore he played a game. He called Nehru Jinnah and some Sikh community people, and he said, by tonight 12 o'clock, midnight, you take a decision on the formation of Pakistan. Otherwise, he said, if you take a decision tonight by 12 p.m., then we will leave India on 15th August 1947. Nehru immediately said, that's only 10 weeks away from here. He said, yes, I know, but if you take a decision by midnight, we'll leave India on 15th August. Otherwise, we'll go by our original plan of 48, 49, 50. It can be any date. They were so frustrated and tired with the violence that they agreed. Jinnah said, he said on record, he said, why wait till midnight, Mr. Mountbatten? I will call you before 11 p.m. That's what he said. Decision was taken that night. Then they invited Gandhi. So even Gandhi was not aware of it. So only 8 people took a decision about the destiny of one of the oldest civilizations without consulting anybody or public poll or anything, right? So I think it was not people's decision. It was unfair.
And that is your point of view.
That not my point of view. This is historical fact.
No. As in, you think it is something. Now, you have said recently that see, there are 2 ways to look at this, right? One is to say anybody has the right to make a movie about any subject that they want to. There's another side that says, why are we raking up old wounds or reminding people about
Who's saying
old
that?
traumas? That's another people
But
are
whose
saying.
point of view?
No, there is that.
They
thing
must be
on the-
belonging somewhere. They
Right.
they may belong to a party,
we
ideology.
see written pieces, editorials, all those kinds of things.
Yeah,
right?
in what kind of newspapers, magazine these editorial? Because there are lots of editorials in favor of the film also.
Right. No. I'm just not saying about this film itself. Any film that talks about this. For example, even when we talk about, there was a film sometime back called My Father Gandhi. It's like, why are we bringing that?
Yeah,
to
this is only a very primitive, uneducated, uncivilized society can think like this.
Right.
An evolved humanitarian society can't think like that. Any society which believes about humanity and healing the wounds and with compassion and empathy, and who don't want to repeat it again. That's why I wear this T-shirt everywhere, right? Tell me something. So many films are made on World War, on Jew Holocaust. Have you ever heard any European, Polish person who suffered the most, or German or American or anybody say, why are you making this film? When Oppenheimer was made, did any Japanese said, why are you making this film? Or when those films on Hiroshima, Nagasaki bombing, that Hollywood's great, one of the greatest directors, Clint Eastwood made about...
Iwo Jima.
Yeah. Nobody says that. If somebody decides to make a film on Rwandan genocide, does anybody say, why are you raking up the old issue? Why do we say that? That means some people are scared of it. Suppose, say for example, try to understand, now I'm telling you as a storyteller. Suppose there is a chapter about your great-grandfather which you are not aware of. And I find an album, okay, where not yours, let me take it to my, somebody's, and you find that what brutality or what sacrifices, struggle they've gone through. There is a album, I find a chapter, and somebody, your child brings it and say, hey dad, I didn't know about this. No, why nobody told me? What will be your answer? That why are you digging out old albums? This is a very stupid. Somebody who's saying that is basically an idiot or a vicious person. Either he's a stupid person who doesn't know about how the world works, or he's a absolutely vicious person. Right? That's why I don't care about these kind of arguments.
I guess sometimes these arguments come about because, again, I'm trying to guess this, is because this is still an issue here because the Hindus and Muslims right now. And so films like these could potentially result in like a lot of, again, like, like a polarization.
Aren't we a polarized society?
We are.
Am I responsible for the partition? Partition happened on Hindu-Muslim. Is there even one day when new television channels or newspapers are not talking about Hindu-Muslim issue? Is there one day in this country when politicians are not discussing Hindu-Muslim? Is there one day when Hindu preachers and Muslim preachers, religious preachers are not abusing each other? Why do we have Hindu localities and Muslim localities separate in this country? If cinema is the mirror of the society, then why this question should be asked to me? Why not to somebody who makes Gangs of Wasipur, that why are you showing a crime which doesn't even take place in that city, right? Why make films like Company and all those things that not everybody is suffering? Why talk about underworld? Why in South they make so many films about caste issues? Why there is a taboo discussing about the India's biggest fault line, which is communal violence and communal politics? This film is going to make people aware about the dangers of communal violence. Therefore, there is a dialogue in the film, in the teaser also, that 80 years later we are still fighting with that communal violence. Are we free? And if we are independent, then why are we so helpless?
Right.
I am raising very evolved thing. The problem is that because these days people don't understand what these films contribute to. Therefore, they ask, and if BJP was not in power, nobody would have asked me this question.
டார்லிங் மொபைல் உலகின் சூப்பர் ஸ்டார்.
INDICUS Photo Durable Exterior Paint with Divo Color Technology. Grand Royal Tours ஓட travel பண்ணுங்க. இடங்களும் புதுசு, நினைவுகளும் புதுசு.